Hello, my YouTube medical coding family. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. How's everybody's week going? How are those CPT and ICD-10 notes going? Let's see if you guys can hear and see my screen yet. Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing? Hi, Lisa. Hey, Go-Kart. Hey, Tasha. Hi, Maisha. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Angie. Hey, Ms. Hey, Jessica. Good to see you guys. So far, we've got 8 people on and 4 likes on the YouTube video. Ooh, now we got 15 on. Yay. Can you see this screen where it says the stream is starting soon? Thanks, Go-Kart. Hey, Angela. I'm echoing. Ooh, I do have 2 audios going. All right. Let's see. Is that better? Maybe that is better. Because I did see 2 audios going. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks for letting me know. I'm always playing around with these settings and doing something wrong. How's everybody's Tuesday? Thank you for the 9 likes. Now we got 14 on. Good to see you guys. Let's get over to some notes. There we go. There we go. There we go. Be sure and let me know if you got any questions. Happy to answer any individual questions for sure. I do have a little matchy game we can play today. Hopefully it's not too small for you guys. I have in blue a word. Is it matched up with the correct sentence? Is MDM the probability and the consequences of an event? If that's the correct definition, great, we'll leave A there. If it isn't, then we might have to move it somewhere else. I've got MDM, problem addressed, stable and chronic illness, acute uncomplicated illness, a chronic illness with exasperation, risk, social determinations of health, prescribing drug management, independent historian, and test. And then I've got the definitions here. Like definition A is, again, the probability of and consequences of an event. B is a disease or a condition or injury. Signs, symptoms, findings, complaint, or other matters addressed at the visit, and so forth. Do I have them under the right sentences, or do we need to switch them around a bit? Hey, Katie. Hey, Nikki. Good to see you. You've been adding all your tests to your AAPC books. Awesome. Oh, is there still another echo? Yeah, because I switched screens. Sorry, guys. Okay. Is that better? I just turned the echo off. Sorry. All that echoing. Hey Jessica. Hey Robin. Yay, Amanda. I'm so glad you're here. Is that echo better? Is that off? Is MDM going to stay F? A? Or are we going to go look for something else like F, I, H, G, E, D, C, or B? We've got lots of letters here. I and J are here too. I kind of like the test being with the laboratory, diagnostic imaging. This looks correct. Number 10. Prescribing drug management, evaluation, and appropriateness of medicines during an E&M service. Sierra, it is taking forever to note my CPT book. Girl, don't I know. I redo these. This is my 4th year of adding all these notes all over again into a CPT book. Whew. It is something. They don't check anything for your notes at all. They just want to see and make sure you didn't add any additional information, papers into the book. They're just shaking it out, looking for added pieces of paper. Sticky notes being added inside, making more available writable space is all. They could care less what you have written in your books. That goes with AHIMA or aapc. Miriam says MDM is F, that is the provider work in establishing a diagnosis, a status of conditions, and determining the management of plan. That sounds good. Good, we'll get rid of F then. A problem's addressed. Is that correct at B? A disease, condition, illness, that seems right. What about a stable chronic illness? Is that C? A problem with an expected duration of at least 1 year or until the death of the patient? Is that a stable or chronic illness? No, you can't use a notebook during the test. Nope. Use your CPT book, your ICD-10 book, and your HitPix book to make any notes you want to take during your exam. There's even note pages inside those manuals where you can fill up a full page of notes if you wanted to, multiple of them. Three is C. Good. What about 4? An acute uncomplicated illness. Is that a new short problem with low risk of morbidity? Is that one correct? That seems correct. Yeah. These didn't get mixed up too much. What about 5? A chronic illness with exasperation. It's a chronic illness that acutely worsens. Yep, that seems correct too. That's E. We know 6 is not F because we had to move it up to 1. So which one of these is risk that we have left over? We've used up B. We used C, we used D, we used E. So risk is what? Is that an economic, an evaluation, an individual? And I've already said 10 looked right at J, I think. What do we think risk is? Be sure to also type in chat and let me know when you're going to, oh yeah, A up here. That's right. Good. Take your exam. What state you're from. You might find a study buddy in here. If y'all are in the same state, you might be in the same county. So we got A, and then social determination. Yeah, that's economic and social conditions. That one's okay at G. Prescription drug management. And 9, individual historian. Those both look correct too, H and I. So we only had just a couple of things mixed up. I think. Here's our answers for that one. Your CCS in New York, Atlanta, end of the month, retaking it for the 3rd time. And I took my first attempt in March, doing a whole bunch of notes and prepping. I'm not sure when I'm going to do my 2nd attempt. Okay, Katie. I still have 2 practice tests I'm going to take, not feeling confident, and I'm not sure when I should take the exam in Virginia. Don't forget, you don't have to wait on those practice exams. You can, if you're taking them, the practice exams that are on AAPC's website are meant to be retaken multiple times. No one's keeping score. You can actually go in there and answer one question and then go down the bottom and hit grade. But if you're in a course, I know that's different. But if you just purchased just the practice questions and you actually log on to AAPC and it's not Blackboard and you're doing the questions there on the AAPC website, you can take those as many times as you want. This Saturday, Nikki, oh my, Boston, 2nd attempt on the COC, awesome. June, September, and October. Angie's biding her time to do it again. June. Will the exam tell us which section we are testing on, as in questions 1 through 10? Yep, it sure will. Yes, you can tab your note page. Absolutely. Don't write on the tabs, though. Well, I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. But yes, you can tab your notes. Absolutely. You're adding the printed test. Yep. Thank you, Katie. That's awesome. I hope it makes a big difference this next test time, for sure. Melissa's waiting until May or June. Yeah, they are expensive. They are super expensive. I have a question. I have posted them on Discord, but I don't get an answer, and it always led by somebody responding with the question. Yeah. Yeah, post your question in here. Hopefully I can help. Simpler way. Yep. Absolutely. I like redoing the way I answer questions and trying to problem solve and make it easier for you. Tonight I got a few questions prepped for doing the process of elimination that I wanted to go over tonight. Let me get that turned on real quick. And I wanted to be sure and show you guys how to do the process of elimination, because I haven't went over it in a while, and show you what it would look like if you never read one word of the question and you just had to pick out what the answer is. What would you do? Come on, computer. You can do it. You can do it. I promise. Come on. There we go. This is it. So if you were to do the process of elimination, what two answers would you keep? I'll let you guys tell me first in chat what you would do. Just eliminate two answers. What would you eliminate? Yeah, I know it's you have 3 questions and you're limited on how much you can write. So email them to me if you can to medicalcodingbyjen@gmail.com. Even if you do screenshots or photographs of the questions, I can type them out here on our live lesson and do them with you. It's okay. I'm going to run out of questions here in a minute anyway. I don't have like a ton prepped for tonight. So that'll give us more stuff to do. Yep. So for just the process of elimination, all I'm doing is looking at the first set of CPT codes. And I'm just looking at them as numbers. 111 all the way down, same. So is this all the way down. Then I've got 444, which are the same, and then D is different because it has a 6, right? So I would eliminate D just because of that. Then our next number that isn't the same is that 0. And so I would eliminate C because of that and just keep B and D. Another visualization of that would be this kind of thing. The other thing that I also think about is I've trained my brain to look for the 114 and the 116 in integumentary because this is a great way to eliminate or pick answers based off if the question has something that is benign or something that is cancer in it. You can always do a word search when you see these numbers, and you can see if whatever you removed actually come back from the pathologist as benign or cancer already, and then that would also help you pick out with the process of elimination. Other things you can look at also are modifiers. Do I have something that I'm cutting off that could be on something that has a right and a left, like a breast or arms, legs, ears? Do I have 2 of them? Would I need an RT? Or would I use the modifier 51? 51 is our multiple procedure one. Those things can often help out a whole bunch during the process of elimination. Which answer would you guys pick as your answer for this question if you were not given the opportunity to look at the question? You're down to 4 hours and it's been 3 hours and 59 minutes. This is your last question. You just have to use the process of elimination. Which answer would you pick as your answer without one look? Other things that I like to do with the process of elimination, if I have time, is I often count the procedures. And that means that if this was the answer, there was 3 things that I removed. If this was the answer, there was 4 things that I removed. That kind of thing is often helpful too. If I was doing this for the process of elimination, Of course, I would pick A and B, and I would eliminate these two. And then thinking about AAPC, would I bill 3 procedures or would I bill 4 procedures for an answer? And I would think that B is an outlier, and I personally would pick A because it's cheaper. And more than anything, AAPC during this exam is trying to push you to overcode things and see if they can confuse you, and they want to weed those people out. So they want to make sure that you are conservative and wouldn't be an overcoder. So that's my whole thing, if I had nothing to look at. If I did have the question to look at, and I had time, I would still eliminate C and D, and then I would use the modifier. Do I have something that has a right and a left, and would I need to use it? If so, again, I know my answer is A. So looking at my question, I've got neck, trunk, and arm. I also have 3 things, 1, 2, 3, so I know I have 3 items, so I know answer B would not be correct because that's 4 things. And an arm is definitely going to need an RT and an LT, right? So again, A is what I would pick, and I would move on. Great, thank you. So if it's a choice between picking an answer that has 4 CPT codes or 3 CPT codes, be sure and be conservative. Don't forget about that one part of the process of elimination. And A is our answer for this particular patient. I hope that's helpful. All right. Here's another one. Which 2 would you eliminate with the process of elimination? Then, which answer would you pick? If you had no option, you could not look at the answer, what answer would you pick? Difference between 2 codes and how many is that? 4? Yep. Pick C as your answer. Another visualization right here. Another thing I notice is that all the answers have this 51 modifier except for one. A lot of them are, I see that the answer is the one that is different from the rest of the answers. Sometimes that's helpful to notice that 3 of the answers have the multiple procedure code. Which is funny. Here is your question. Maybe I can get my mouse to work right. What do you guys think the answer is? Now that you've read the question, perfect, 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 perfect. Here's a wordy one. With the wordy ones, I still like to look for similarities and irregularities. We've got use of skeleton, and then we've got use of skin. We got use of skeleton and use of skin. So I would, bundle those in my head. If I'm working with an external fixation, am I going to be using skin, skeleton? What's going on? What would I be working with? I try not to read every single word of every single answer in the wordy ones. Just pick out the main key details and then see what is different about the two similarities. The two that have the skeleton, what's the difference between those two sentences? The difference is temporary or permanent. And then the usage of the skin application, the differences between them is force and also permanent and temporary. It's just if you read every single word, every single question and carry it with you to the next question, to the next question, to the next question, you're going to have brain fatigue really bad before you even get 50 questions in. So the least amount that you have to read and take with you, more brain power you're going to have to get through all 100 questions. What do you guys think the answer is for this one? Yeah, A's and B's. The usage of skin application for force by an attached mechanism device used for permanent or definitive treatment of an acute bone deformity. Acute and permanent don't really kind of go together, right? Let's see. The usage of a skeletal pins plus attachment of a device used in temporary or definitive treatment on acute or chronic bony deformity. Maybe. This one has permanent or definitive for only chronic, no acute. Seems unlikely. This one has a temporary for acute or chronic deformity. We don't really use skin, but we can use skeletal pins plus the device. We don't use the skin as part of the correcting device. So D is out, A is correct. Yes. Good job. Good job. Yeah, you don't want to use skin. We don't use skin for these external fixations. It's not a skin flap or something like that. We don't use skin. No skin. No skin usage for external. We use pins through the skin. You know, those little pins through the skin, attach to the bone and the mechanical device. Yeah. Another process of elimination. Yeah, it goes through the skin, but we don't use the skin. It's not part of the process. All right. What are we keeping? And what are we throwing away with just the process of elimination? Oops. Making sure you guys can still hear me. Y'all can still hear me, right? We're still okay? All right. Good. It says no one's on YouTube for some reason. And then I got 12 likes. I don't know what's going on with that view. Where am I at? Okay, I'm over here. All right. Let's look at what colors I did. Don't forget about the modifiers. What do you guys think would be the answer? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. "62 modifier, is that the one with the 2 physicians? So if you check your question and make sure you don't have 2 physicians, then if you don't, you know right away your answer's B, right? Isn't that a much easier way of doing the exam without having to look up the differences between the 22,612 and the 22,558 and the 20931 and the 22846. You're picking out the correct answer just by using similarities. You're looking for irregularities and modifiers, picking an answer and moving on. You're not delving and worrying about anterior, posterior, counting levels. You're just picking out an answer based off numerical similarities, and then what you would or wouldn't have with modifiers. Don't forget to practice this model because it can be super helpful for you. Yay, that's awesome, Jenny. That's great. It's a great way to take the test, it is. Sometimes every single answer is completely different and there is no similarities at all, and you just have to go look up the differences between the codes. But boy, when they are like this, please run with it. Give your brain a little bit of a break. What are you going to keep here? What are you going to get rid of? What do you think is more likely the answer here? You could even look in this code, this 701 that's in all the answers. See if it already includes radiology, and then also see if it has the word each in it. If it doesn't and does, then you know what the answer is. You don't need to look at the question at all, because if it already includes radiology and you know it doesn't include the word each, then there's just no reason to even look at a question. You know more than you think you know about these codes. And the more you know about how to use the book to tell you what the answer is, like not having the word each in it or do having the word each in it, those kind of things can be super helpful. Don't think that you have to look at the question and code it as a medical coder. You can, of course, look at the question and verify. Don't forget, we have our Discord study group, guys, that is super handy dandy. If you haven't been in here, it's super fun. This is where the main chat room is. Once you get in there, where to start with your book prep is a great room. If you scoochy back through all this conversations, you just got to keep scooching back. But as soon as you get back to the beginning of this room where I started it, you'll start seeing all the videos that I posted in here that are my very, very best of where do I start? How do I become a medical coder? What do I do with my books? How do I prep them? I've posted all of my very, very best videos here in this thing, whether they're on TikTok or YouTube. The links are all posted here. You just got to scroll backwards to the beginning of the room. I didn't mean for anybody to talk in this room. It was just supposed to be a list, but people love to talk and chat amongst themselves, and that's fine. I just usually go in here and delete them every once in a while. I just haven't done that in a while. But see, all these videos are just back to back. Start at the top, work your way down, and those are my very best of where do I start videos, and that's what that room is for. If you don't know how to use Discord when you get thrown in that room, the third room down is our Discord tips, and the very first video posted in this room that I posted, or Betty posted, is a great video about how to work Discord. Super helpful. We have practice exam questions in each room based off the certification you want to do, so super helpful. We have E&M resources. I was posting a bunch of stuff this weekend about, there's some PDFs from Optum from their site, an Adobe, another download you can download, just all kinds of cool stuff I post in there about E&M. CPT resources, post about them in here too. Got tons of stuff if you scroll backwards in these rooms that can be super helpful. Also, you can do a search about any conversation, like what camera do I use, and it'll bring it up to ICD-10 resources. You can sell or buy books in this room. I prefer here than I do on Facebook because I don't like people DMing each other through private message, because I think it could lead to fraud on Facebook. There's too many characters in there. In my study group, it's just us girls, or guys, so it's super easy. If you guys want to, just talk amongst yourselves and trade books, then we have a room for that. Med terms, anatomy, you can see all who I've helped, who's all passed. Congratulate them. Job resources, I've been posting a ton of resources in here for you guys. Even how to look up encoder tutorial this weekend. I found a tutorial for Epic. I posted in here. I found a bunch I posted in here this weekend. All the different EHRs. I posted a bunch of them in here under the resources. CEUs, if there's new CEUs with free, I get an email. I got this email today, and it says for April 1st, but I got it today, so I'm not quite sure. I didn't notice until I posted it in here why it says April 1st, but I don't think the webinar is for April 24th, but the email says, yeah, April 1st for some reason. It's confusing. This one's for April 23rd, but you get a free CEU if you watch that class. Study buddies, cases. I post cases in here with rationale and answers if you guys need help with those. Job assessments. If somebody gives you a job assessment test, where would you find the answers to those questions? We post them all in here. Just a ton of help. CIC practice questions. You can see everybody's fur babies. Off topic. Twinkle sent me a ton of Star Wars swag for my birthday. I posted that in here, and one of my kids brought me flowers today. I have a cousin who's going through brain cancer treatment right now, so I post about their updates and stuff like that. So it'd be super helpful for you guys. Just, anything. If y'all are selling, cookies for Girl Scouts, you guys can post that kind of stuff in there. Whatever. It's super helpful, but there is like 3 years worth of info all in that one Discord study group. So you can have all kinds of answers helped for you there. If I'm not around, just tons of help inside Discord. Super helpful. All right, where was I? Let's get back to our questions. We were where? We were on. The link to the Discord is on my website. Wrong one. That's that. Is there. No. There. That's supposed to be here. Yep. Is on there in case you need it. It's right here under the social media link at medicalcodingbyjen.com. Just come here to the Discord and click that join now, and it'll toss you right in there. And then if you ever want to know when I go live and when I'm teaching free lessons, my schedule's right here too. So that's there on the Medical Coding by Jen website. Get rid of that and go back to the Word document. This is where we were at, I think. This question. Oh, wrong one. On my end. Okay, good. Is this the one we were at? No, we were on that one, D. This is the one we were at with the SS thoracic. Stereo. Look for stereo. Look for thoracic. Right? Yep. And to see if we could times it, needed to times it, if it already included radiology. Simple things you can look at to figure out what those answers are really quickly. Don't understand that site. It's rough, Robin. Did you see me? It's rough to get used to at the beginning because tech guys invented it for sure. So on your cell phone, you'll need to find the 3 little dots at the top, and then that'll open up which side rooms are over here. All these are people's messages to me that have messaged me, and I got 164 and then a few more in other rooms, of course, because I'm in other Discord groups that I like to follow. I've got somebody that one wheels and scooters around. I got a Disney person that I like to follow, and the new Monkey King who travels Asia. He's fun to watch. And just all these people. I got 101 messages here, and then 164 here. But yeah, I can't get to everybody. But there's 3 little dots up here, and then when you click on them, if by chance you've clicked this information button, you'll notice that some of the rooms will disappear, and you can't see rooms you've just been in. That's because Discord has this fancy little thing that says, okay, well, if you've already seen that room, we'll get rid of it for you. But it doesn't work for us because we want to see that room all the time. All you got to do is click on it, the word information, and then it'll pop up where all the rooms will show up. Each one of these little sidebars is a different room to go into. So our main chat room is the one, Medical Coding by Jen, and this is current, up to date. Hey, she's live, whatever. I forgot to post that in here. That's all right here in our main chat room. And then we have rooms that are about certain subjects, and they're all to the side. And you can pick which subject you want to go into. It's just a great place to hold PDFs, photographs, tons of information, YouTube links. Everything we have or know about anatomy is all in this one room labeled anatomy, whether it's practice exam questions or a cool video or a cool photograph. Just tons of stuff. That Warthan's tumor is on the exam. Great video right there to watch about it. Ton of definitions, everything. Photographs, just tons of stuff. And you just scroll backwards once you're in there, or you can do the search feature. All this on the right side is just everybody that's inside our Discord and their names. If you ever wanted to message somebody and say hello, you know, like if you see Go Kart or somebody on, you know, that kind of thing. But we do keep, I do have some rules in case you ever wanted to read those, but it's just, you know, let everybody keep their anonymity and, you know, be nice, and that's all. I don't even remember what the rules were, but, yeah, there they are. No self-promotion. Don't be selling a bunch of stuff in here unless it's your kids and it's child support time, you know, cookies and candles or whatever. That's fine. You know, be kind, no hate, and no politics, nothing like that, and respect everybody's privacy. But that's all. You don't have to agree to them or anything, but they're there. No big deal. We're all very, very friendly, loving adults who are here to just help each other, for sure. And if you're going to take Practicode or anything, please go join that group, because I have people that have already passed and done the entirety of Practicode and can help you through it, for sure. It's crazy how different that is from the exam, and if you need help, be sure and join that. But that's what's going on in our Discord. Just don't be afraid of anything and click on stuff, and you'll get through it. All right, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. Yay, thanks, Twinkle. Yay, Janet. Love to see you in there. Okay, here's our next one. With the process of elimination, what would you guys keep or get rid of? Here's my little color coding. Cool thing is that this number is in all answers. So if it's in every answer, you could go to it and see what you can and cannot code with it. There might be some do nots, some do's. I don't know. Are you a 91? Are you a 40? Are you a 90? Did you do 3 procedures? Did you do 2? Lose A and D. You're going to lose the 140s that are the same and keep the 90 and 91. See what those differences are and then check the differences. Or would you keep A and D and then just count, did I do 2 procedures or did I do 1 procedure? Process of elimination can be looked at many different ways in this one, but here you go. We got a neonate. What do you guys think the answer is for this one? Could be right, Katie, you never know. You're parenting teens at the same time. Lord, I just have to ignore mine and hope the house doesn't burn down while I'm doing these live lessons. A lot less stressful way to do this exam is our lovely process of elimination. Indeed, indeed. What about this one? Don't let all the stuff at the end freak you out. Start here, concentrate here, and don't worry about the other stuff. We've got the luxury of having me color code things to make things more obvious and count things, but you really need to practice doing this in your head without me doing it for you. You can see that we've got the 11 in all 4 answers. We've got the irradiology in all 4 answers, so those things I won't worry about. What I need to worry about is, would I have this in there or not? Did I do 5 things, 2 things, 3 things, or 6 things? Look at these modifiers. Is there something there that could help me eliminate or pick an answer quickly? Odd man out, keep it or eliminate it. For the bird friend, maybe a drink. Well, what I see is a whole lot of confusion here. And if I was picking an answer, it would be B. Smallest number set of codes, just 2. Cheapest. And unless I did, I don't think those 2 codes can go together. I'm not quite sure. But unless I did in sedation, that's like the conscious sedation in the back in the medicine section. If I did that, then maybe, but maybe just one of them, because I don't think there would be 2, because like back to back like that, I'm not sure. That's a whole lot of sedation for a whole lot of time. So, but yeah, just numerically looking at those without looking at any question, I like B. Anyway, here's your question. Don't let me influence you. I haven't done this question, so I don't know. I just copied, pasted them. Percutaneous. Miss Fluoroscope. One hour. Maybe. What's included in our 49411? What's included in that one? Oh, it's getting dark. Sun's going down here. Let's turn on the lamp. 494. 49411. What's included? We got radiation guidance, intra, retroperitoneal. Do we have any parentheticals below it that tell us what to do, what not to do? What do you guys think the answer is for this one? Y'all all changed your minds. B, really? Would you use this hack throughout the exam as a last resort? Let me tell you, I took the CPC exam in January, Mimi. It's 100 questions. I finished in 2 hours and 5 minutes. So do you think I read any questions at all? "36 of those were cases. I did them in a minute each. And it takes me about a minute each to look for my process of elimination, look for my similarities, look for my differences in my modifiers, settle on an answer, pick it, and move on. Didn't even open the book hardly. These questions are written with clinical psychologists who know human nature and know what words to put in these questions to mislead you into picking the wrong answer. So if you take human nature out of the equation and you do this exam not like a human being who's trying to be a medical coder and wants to prove to the world that they're a medical coder and code these examples by reading them, then you can eliminate the human nature and you can pick the correct answer and pass your exam. I now have a CPMA certification, and it took me 2 hours and 5 minutes to do 100 questions and read nothing. I went straight to the answers. I know. I know you're afraid, and I know it is a lot to ask of you to let go. But at some point, if by chance you take this exam and you keep failing and you don't pass, and no matter how much you study, you're on your 4th or 5th or 6th attempt at trying to take this exam, there may be a time when you think, okay, I'm going to listen to Jen, I'm not going to read any of the questions, and I'm going to do this process of elimination and attempt the exam again as a last resort. And hopefully, it will work just like it works for me. But it takes practice. You can't just, okay, I'm going to use the process of elimination and just go to an exam and think you're going to be able to see it, because it's hard, especially when you're under pressure of that certification exam. You've gotten up, you went somewhere, or even logged on, you've got an online proctor staring at you, and you've got the weight of your family and responsibilities behind you, and you're stressing about this silly exam. It's stressful to calm your brain down and do this process of elimination and have it be as simple as it is right here in front of you while you're doing it with me. I make it seem very, very simple because it's all color-coded and, but you can do it. You can learn this process and you can see it color-coded in your head, just like I do, with everything labeled with practice. You will see this and be able to do it. It just takes practice. And I've helped thousands and thousands of people pass by stop reading the questions and do the process of elimination. And if they just let go, just let it go. Do the exam without trying to prove you are a very good medical coder, and just pick an answer and move on. If you can finish this exam in 3 hours, you're going to pass. I see that all the time. If you're going to run this exam all the way up to 4 hours, 3 hours and 56 minutes, you're not going to pass because you spent too much time second guessing yourself. So, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm having trouble to know when to code a modifier or to code a separate procedure. Gotcha on that one. Hey, Angie. The modifiers are there to help you. So, like in this example, we've got 2 answers with the 04 and 2 answers with 700, right? 2 answers have the 209 with them too. I'm not sure why I didn't blue highlight this one too, because that 49904 is in every single one of the answers. Anyway, 62 modifier, is a second physician, right? We'd know we'd have another physician being discussed in the question. So, super helpful. First things first is, did you do the 499 or the 447? What's more likely? Do we see a lot of 499s procedures? Just numerically, But you can go look up those 2 differences really quickly because it's 2 different codes. That way you can eliminate which one it's not really quickly and just get yourself down to 50-50 shot. And then if the difference is the 2 700s, that's what you actually did, then all you got to do is look for that second physician. If there's no second physician, then you'll know it's B. If you are the 499s, then did you do an extra procedure? Would you add something from musculoskeletal to go with the 449? Is that something you'd normally do? Would you need the 59 modifier? Since they're in separate sections, so far apart, would you need that? What's more likely the answer? Even just looking at these and saying, with AAPC in mind, would I have done one procedure, two procedures, or three? More likely than anything, you know it's always usually just one procedure, but they're pushing you to code multiple codes because they're saying they harvested, they transferred, they did a flap, they did a correction. They're just throwing all these fancy words at you to make you think you did so many things and that you need to code all this stuff, when in actuality everything's located in one answer. Yep, A. Yep. That's it. That's all I had prepped. Let me go see what I got in the email. She asked some questions, and while I'm looking at those questions and getting them transferred here to this Word document real quick, I'll let you guys do pocket prep, maybe. If I thought I had it set to where that was going to be pocket prep, but maybe I switched pages. There we go. Let's get a new question up that we haven't done. Y'all can work on pocket prep while I go look at my email real quick. You guys tell me what you think the answer is. There. My oldest is fussing. I didn't do it this time, I swear. James wants to pray, Rose. Alright. I don't know my Microsoft logon right now, James. My child is asking me to do something, and I'm like, I don't know my passwords. I can't do that in the middle of all this. Yep, I don't know my password. Sorry. What do you guys think the answer is for this pocket prep question? Y'all got that one? I don't know my passwords. I know, and I got them saved into my browser, of course, like I'm not supposed to, but then they don't ever work because they got switched at some point. I tried. B. Good job. What's your answer for this one? What am I doing? I probably cannot. I can't, can I? Nope, I can't. Let me go check that. Sorry guys, I gotta go check my email for those emails, and I can't from where I'm at because it's here. And go check. Go check. There we go. And get y'all back to pocket prep. There we go. Insert pictures. Downloads. Nope, downloads. Downloads. What do you guys think the answer for this one happens to be? If we did a sling operation for stress incontinence, general anesthesia. That sounds like something that I've seen or heard that is on the exam, by the way. I don't know my passwords. I swear I don't. Everybody saying B? Good job. All right. Back to our Word document. This is what's her name? Mitz? I'm forgetting the name. Ms. Mimi has questions about these. Are you still here, sweetie? What's your question about what you underline? If I'm just looking at what you sent and what you have highlighted, are you having trouble finding these codes right here in the ICD-10 book? They're difficult to find, is one issue. I don't know if I had a chance to even read the email real quick. So, okay. I need more explanation of these paragraphs. Maybe I'm overlining. Okay. Explain them in a more simpler way. Yes, absolutely can do that. All right. Get back there. First thing is, of course, those are hard diagnosis codes to find. In the book, I remember having difficulty. It's like, there's an A in the middle. Where the heck are these codes at? They're not the easiest to find in your book. Get my camera working. Add video capture device. Indeed. So we're here in our ICD-10 book, and we've got the week's gestation of a pregnancy, and we add these codes in for identifying how many weeks along the pregnancy is if they are seeing their OB and delivery doctor. The green in my book tells me the differences between the weeks gestation they are. So if they're coming in to see the OB doctor, that's all we're doing is documenting how far along they are when they're seeing their OB doctor. If they come into the ER and they have an outcome where they lose the pregnancy, then we're not going to be documenting how many weeks gestation they are, because they're no longer in a gestative state, right? So that's what the last sentence means. I'm not quite sure if I can say every word that's in that red sentence underlined without getting in trouble. So that makes sense, right? Their outcome for that date of visit means they're no longer of a gestation state. So we would not put that on the claim for that date when they have a miscarriage or some other outcome that isn't favorable to a birth, right? And even when they give birth, right, they're no longer a gestative state, right? They've delivered the baby, right? All right. Is that helpful? Any other questions about that paragraph? I hope she's here. I haven't seen anything in chat, guys. The other one, she's got a question about this paragraph. Let me turn off the video camera. And let's see, this paragraph is a standard CPT E&M modifier. Apply to the female reproductive system coding. Include modifier 25 when an E&M service is performed on a date of service for another separate service. Of note, no modifier is required on E&M services performed and billed during separately during anteprenatal care services. Global period is involved, right? So when a mom is going through her 9 months pregnancy with her OB/GYN, the codes in the back of the book that are the 594, the 595, and the 596, there's 2 more digits, but in general, these codes all include the 9-month pregnancy visits when you're seeing your doctor once a month and then once a week. All those visits are included in these. That's why you're not going to have a separate E&M visit during your prenatal visits, because they don't bill for anything until your 6-week postpartum visit after you deliver the baby, and they bill this one code. And it will cover all the office visits where they collected the urine, they measured your stomach, but they got to pay up front all the lights, electricity bills, the medical assistance, all these services for the whole 9-10 months that you're pregnant, all don't get billed or captured in any way, shape, or form until your 6 weeks postpartum visit and you're actually released by your OB/GYN. And that one code will pay them for every single one of those UAs, every single one of those 9-month visits, the measuring. It'll pay for the delivery, and it'll also pay for the post-op 6-month visit. So that's what they're talking about right here, is you don't bill for office visits with prenatal, I'm assuming is what they're talking about, because they're talking about the global concept right here. It just doesn't attach. Yep, Miss Melissa, yep. All those visits do not get paid on at all until you deliver and you come back for your 6-month post-op. Sometimes you end up in the ER and some other doctor delivers, but then you go back to your regular doctor for your OB and delivery, and there's a couple of little separation codes here where they don't get to bill for the delivery, but they get to bill for the prenatal and the postnatal. It's still a global code, but no matter what, your delivery turns out being really messy and you decide not to go back and see your OB doctor at the very end, so you don't go to them for the 6 weeks post-op, you go to a different one. That happens, but they still can't bill till you deliver. So there's a lot of little differences in all these. You can stop seeing one OB doctor at 20 weeks because you end up being pregnant with triplets and you got to go to a specialist, and then they'll pick you up from week 21 and then see you till delivery. But still, no one gets any money till you deliver, and then they get to piece apart a few things. If you see an OBGYN for 1 to 3 visits, and that's it, and then you transfer to another OBGYN, that's when you can bill E&M services. But anything over 3, you're stuck in the global thing, and you got to wait for the outcome. So I hope Ms. is here, and that was helpful. Anybody else got any other questions? If not, we will go back to pocket prep, because sometimes they got good questions. Wrong one. Pocket prep. If we were doing the process of elimination, it would probably be A, right? If you were just looking for similarities. What's the difference between the 08 and the 11? Since we're here, we can look at these codes real quick. Three, 3, 2. A lot of times the answer is the smallest of the 2 CPT codes. If you have 2 answers with just 1 CPT code each, the cheapest and smallest of the numbers is the best answer. Our 08 is a combo, arterial and ventricular, where 11 is dual. (208) is a child code of 206, which is a permanent, and I don't think we did permanent. I see temporary up there. 33211 happens to be temporary. What do you guys think is the answer? Let me give away those YouTube memberships. Be sure in to chat if you guys want to win a YouTube membership. Put in there again what state you live in, maybe, or when you plan on taking your exam. I'm going to toss YouTube some money here and purchase some YouTube memberships. It is going to give out the memberships. I don't have any control over that, but I know being chatty in chat sometimes helps. I got $21 yesterday from my TikTok monthly payment in my PayPal account. So this comes from all the subscribers and diamond donators from YouTube. Sparkle. Twinkle has some competition. We've got a Sparkle in here. Jules, Emily, Longs, and Emmy. Just 1 YouTube membership, so I hope that is super helpful for you guys. I hope those videos help out a whole bunch. I got two of those going on right now. If you go to my YouTube channel and y'all are here, it's super helpful because it will show you when my next live is going to be here. And then right down there, sorry, scooch it down. It's got the 18th is already up, so you know I'll be live on Thursday. I'm going to be late because I got to pick up kids from cheer and I don't have anybody else to pick them up on Thursday. So I actually got to change the time for that. And I got to pick an extra kid up and drop them off at their house because their parents are out of town. So that will change just a little bit by 5 minutes. But cool things that I have here on the YouTube channel is if you are a member of the YouTube channel, you do have access to the podcast where you get to listen to me read out the words in the CPT book and then tell you what it means in layman's terms. You get to watch all the replay lives. You get to look at the playlist, which are super helpful if you have my notes and you don't know what the heck am I doing in my notes. You know, why is she writing this here and there? That's where the CPT book prep videos come in handy. Also, the ICD-10 book prep videos come in real handy. The workshops and the duck classes are very helpful in having concentrated multiple practice exam questions all in one video, and then you can practice till your heart's content, because the workshops are over 3 hours long each video, and there's 23 of them. And then the duck classes are 2 hours long, and there's 28 of those. Super helpful to get a bunch of practice in with a bunch of questions. And don't forget about the community tab too. It has tons of practice exam questions with rationale. You just got to click on the answer and it'll tell you what the rationale is. Super helpful there. There's links here to all the Discords and all that kind of stuff. The TikToks, the podcast, the Knowledge Center at AAPC. Super helpful too, guys. If you don't know something about a set of codes and you want to know something about them, like she had that code for the ICD-10 one she was talking about. I don't remember what the code was, but if you don't know something about a code, type it in here. You don't even have to be logged in. See, I'm not even signed in, and hit the search button. If they've written a report or anything about that particular code, it will pop up. Rethink coding defibrillators. Look, they've got examples and how it should be coded, and we'll give you a coding example for that particular code. And I find some of these coding examples are the exam questions. So if you've never been to the Knowledge Center at AAPC, you really should. It's super handy dandy, and it's completely free for everybody. So super cool. Knowledge Center. And of course, don't forget about my website, Medical Coding by Jen. There's a ton of free resources, additional educators underneath the resource tab in the FAQs. I know some of you guys have been here for years and you all know about all this, but if you come to the FAQs, the third sentence down is my best list of free resources. Tons of cool free resources from my Discord group to how to go to the CMS website and do free classes here. Like they have the World of Medicare. They have the class on using ICD-10s. It's a 60-minute class, and you get a certification in your name that says you are certified from CMS to do ICD-10s now, and it's completely free. There's tons of free classes here, so be sure and do that. There is my free YouTube videos that are super helpful. There's a free scholarship from AAPC, a free grant from Pocket Prep, other free resources like the 20 practice exam questions that AAPC gives us with rationale every month magazine. Super helpful. Of course, if you're having trouble getting into Discord, don't know what it is, I got tons of how to and what is here that's super helpful for you. Also underneath resources, of course, is my famous little 8 pictures. Where do I start with my CPT book prep? Just click on these pictures. It'll tell you what to do, step 1, step 2, step 3. Even for your anatomy pictures and for your ICD-10. And there's extra bonus help here too. Other things are the book prep videos are here. There's 3 here that are free. If you're not a YouTube member, there's 3 extra ones here for free. I am going to have a workshop in May, and when that goes up for sale, it will be here for you guys. I have a blog that is completely free for everybody. All these blogs have free practice exam questions in them, or, you know, tons of other stuff. These are free practice exam questions right here. Free job resources, who's hiring, where to go, all that kind of stuff is here in the blog. Other things I have is the free practice exam question area. You can come here, just click on an answer, and it'll give you the rationale. There's also 3 sets of flashcards that you can do right here. And once you do them once, you can leave the program and then join it again, and then you can do them over again. And that way you can do the flashcards over and over again. The point of this is to help you memorize which E&M codes are under which header so that you can get through the E&M questions easier, because we don't do the process of elimination with those questions. This is a free PDF that you guys can download that is interactive if you download it in PDF and in PowerPoint, and then it will zoom around and tell you the answers of this. It's pretty cool. Little interactive, and it'll fill in the blanks, but it's free for you guys. Other things that I have is another membership that is separate from the YouTube membership. The YouTube membership is handled by YouTube through the Play Store. I have no control over that, but I have another membership on my website that is my practice questions and bonus material for download. If it's not my notes, but it's a ton of stuff that I found over the internet that are super helpful, that if you want to know how to do pediatric codings or self-management or team conferences, that's all here. Plus, there is a crap ton of E&M practice questions that you guys can do that are mine, that you can just click on the answer and then you'll get the rationale for it. Super helpful. I have E&M done so far. I have integumentary and cardiovascular also up, and they also have extra bonus PDFs that are super helpful along the side here. How to do heart attacks, how to do pacemakers, how to do hypertension. This membership is only $5.99 too, so it's super cheap, and you get unlimited access to all these questions that you can do with the rationale. And I'm working on anesthesia right now. I'll eventually get all 17 sections done, but it's hard with the full-time job. Shared Gallery is free, and it's my favorite pictures that you need for the exam, like the pediatric one that tells you how many components are inside each vaccine. If you have not done the baby blue and pink pictures right here, there's a list of CPT codes, and then the final side over here tells you how many components are inside each vaccine. You need to add that to your CPT book for your exam, by the way. How to get an extra hour on the exam if you want to do it in 5 hours. How to get rid of your apprenticeship before you even take your exam. And my favorite, anatomy pictures, because I like to have the one-word differences between body parts just to add to the CPT book. You know, what does it do, and then just add it. That way I have one-word differences. Super helpful during the exam. So those are my favorite pictures. What pens do I use? What do I use to carry my books around? But all this is super helpful and free for you guys. Please utilize it with the Discord. It's all super helpful for you guys. And if you want to have those 750 practice exam questions from Pocket Prep, if you use the link that's right here on my website, we get a couple of dollars from Pocket Prep, and because they've sponsored with me, and they're actually going to have a link on their website with my name on it. I think I'm the first one, besides them having AAPC's name on their site. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. But you just click on Pocket Prep, go to medical, and then the top link right here is AAPC, CPC, and then I think they're going to put medical coding by Jen here somewhere, which is pretty cool. But their questions are really not very expensive at all. I mean, they're so expensive on AAPC's website, but you can do 30 questions for free. And then if you do the 3 months for $40 right there, there is a pass guarantee. So if you don't pass your CPC exam, they'll give you another 3 months for free. And I like it because they give you the rationale with the page numbers. I know I haven't been clicking on the page numbers, the rationale here, but if you click on the rationale, they do tell you what page numbers the answers are in. And they're updating the questions this month to the 2024 book pages, but right now they have the 2023. So super helpful, and it was the 11 like we thought for that question. Let me get rid of one of these because we've got both of them up. There we go. Daily gifted a YouTube membership to Carmelita. Awesome, you guys are so wonderful. Office tuition reimbursement for AAPC course. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm new to the group and I immediately became a member because of your information. Is amazing. Oh, thank you, Daily. I hope it helps you out. I try to keep it super cheap. You're studying now for your CCS exam? Awesome. One of my first people that I helped pass was a CCS student. Her name was Janet. I miss her. That was back in 2019. I do help with PCS. In my Discord group that I was showing you guys off, where's Discord? Where's Discord? Did I close it? Right here. If you come to the CCS practice room, back her up. I've got the PCS practice exam questions in here with rationale, and I have a YouTube video that explains all the different parts of PCS2. It's super good video, and these screenshots right here is from one of your webinars that I attended, and I did screenshots to show you what the answers are for the PCS too. So I post stuff in here all the time. So I don't teach it because I don't understand it all 100% completely, but I can put the answers in here and the questions with the rationale, and then attend the webinars and sort of grasp half of this, but teaching it live, I haven't started doing that yet. I will. I'm going to retire from my real full-time job end of May and do this full-time with you guys. I still have a full-time real job with 3 sons and my mom, and teaching you guys 4 nights a week and on Sundays. So it's been really busy with the 2 kids too in high school. One of them's already graduated, but it's, I'm doing all I can right now, and I will do more. I just never had to medically code for my job. I only took it because we had downtime during COVID, so something else fun to play with and learn how to do. And that magically turned into this, which is letting me retire, I guess, 10 years early. I've got 30 years in on my medical career at the end of May. So I'm like, that's a good round number. Why not I retire? If I can keep my health insurance paid, then we're okay. So that's basically all I need. The car's going to be paid off, so if we can just keep that paid, we'll be all right. So hopefully the retirement thing works out. We'll see. But I'd love to teach full-time and help you guys out. So I'm trying. Oh, I'm so glad you're here too, Miss Liz. I hope you caught some of that process of elimination. It is super fun to do, and it's a lot less stressful way of doing the questions. You just got to practice doing it yourself. With this question, are we a big size something or are we a little size something? What do you guys think the answer is for this one? Don't let it stress you. What's our differences between our 1214 and our 1253? Let the books tell you what the answer is. You don't need to decide it. 12014. What's our header? What are we doing there? Ooh, my notes are all over the place. I feel so sorry for you guys that have to copy my notes. Oh my gosh. 1214. What's our header? Our header is simple repair. Our 12053. Our header is intermediate repair. Did we have simple or intermediate? We had debridement and cleaning glass. We have a guideline for that particular notation, right? Our guideline says that if a single layer closure is contaminated with wound that requires cleaning and removal of particle matters, then we can charge an intermediate repair, even if it's a single layer closure. So, you know right away, with our question here, we're going to get rid of anything that is just single layer. We don't code for hands and feet. Oh, my ATT page fell out. Oh no. Let's see. Hands and feet are coded with the 40s. The 12041 through 47, that's where the hands and feet go. Ours, we were doing legs, arms, forehead, cheek, chin, so we don't have to worry about feet or hands of this example. So that's nice. What do you guys think the answer is? Perfect. Good job. And Your answer will be on pages 90 through 93 if you're in the 2023 book. We got a 116. That means we already have cancer, right? Do we have cancer? We do have basal cell carcinoma. I see we got some adjacent tissue transfer, that 14 code. That is the kryptonite code of integumentary, for sure. It's a pain. Or are we in the 15s? Are we in the flappy flap area? 55, 5, 76. Eyelids, nose. Formulation of a direct or tubed petile. My feet are getting cold. That's the best thing about not working in the office, is that you can have your own little space heater. Because if you blow your own circuit breakers, it's fine. They got so crazy at my work office that they got rid of armchairs. You could only sit on rolly chairs that had no armrest on them. And then they got rid of all of our little space heaters or space fans or, you know, whatever us females were feeling at that time. We couldn't bring any of that stuff. So you had some people in blankets and some people in not tank tops, but sleeveless under their jacket, but they could take their jacket off while they were at their desk. But boy, working from home, man, is nice. You can have your little space heater or your gloves or blanket on or your pajamas on. It don't much matter. The bad thing is that you've got the refrigerator that's too close. Because when you're in the office, you can't just sit at the refrigerator all day. Kind of keeps you away at least 4 hours at a time from the refrigerator. But when you work from home, it's just singing to you all day long. So you gotta get used to that. What do you guys think the answer is here? Did we do an adjacent tissue transfer, or did we do some flappy flaps and some excisions of basal cell carcinoma? What would you pick as the answer? You're late. That's all right. You can watch from the beginning. You can rewind it. You can just scroll the bar backwards if you want to. I'm so glad you found my live too. That's awesome. I hope I can help you. I love to teach for free. I do it 4 nights a week. 2 nights on TikTok and 2 nights here on YouTube. If you want to see all the TikTok replays, I do download those and upload them on YouTube. And if you're a YouTube member, you get access to all those exclusive videos, including the workshops, podcast. And if anyone wants to teach anything in medical coding, don't care what it is, even if it's something that I taught, if you want to make a PowerPoint presentation, even if you don't want to present it, if you want me to present it or something, I have a little thing going on right now where I've emailed everybody. If anybody wants to teach something with me during a live lesson, they can have a free section of my notes. So put together a PowerPoint or a little video that I can show of you teaching if you want a set of my notes for free. Your choice, which ones you want. B, nope, it's our ATT. It's our all by itself, all alone code for sure. So this procedure was a adjacent, which means our adjacent tissue transfer. So our ATT. It's also called an advasement flap. The ATTs have tons of different names. There is, if you're at the ATTs, my page fell out on this book. I don't know what page number I'm on. If you're in the 2024 CPT book, page 98, well, the list of the different procedures that are called ATTs is on the previous page on 97, and that list includes the adjacent tissue transfer. It also includes the Z-plasty, W-plasty, Y-plasty, rotation flap, random island flap, avasement flap. They're all on the previous page. I moved them and put all those words underneath the CPT code 14000, plus a few more that I found along the way during my practice exam questions, like the Burroughs triangle, and added those into my notes so that if I ever see those words, then I know we're doing an ATT. Drowning question. This one always trips everybody up. 2-year-old brought in by EMS. Doc does a trach, blood gases, venous catheter, 30 minutes of critical time, which has already been subtracted from other billable services. What would we code for this 2-year-old? ATTs are very difficult. Don't feel bad. It's always 50-50 whether I'm going to even get them right. They're hard. I did one on Sunday's workshop that ended up not being an adjacent tissue transfer, but a split thickness. It was crazy. It was just because they said the words dermal and epidermal. Part of the graft was collected on an epidermal, and then the other part of the graft was collected dermally. So they had different layers that made up the graft that they made. So it ended up not being an adjacent tissue transfer, even though they said it was. It's crazy. That's on Sunday's replay, which is free for everybody because it was my birthday, so I gave away that workshop for free. So it's on YouTube if you guys missed it. What do we not bill during critical care services? What is one sure thing that I've told you guys that have been with me for the longest? What can we eliminate? We can eliminate 2 answers right away because of that. We have an emergency situation. We would never bill what? Which answers? Nothing with lab in it, right? Anything from the 8000s? You don't really see a lot of lab work being billed in a critical care situation, so we could probably eliminate those two. So then that helps you get down to 50-50 shot. You're going to bill for a catheter and endotracheal. You're not going to bill for blood gas. So you've got 2 other CPTs with whatever your E&M visit's going to be, right? So you know your answer is D. Just knowing that you're not going to bill any lab work with a actively dying patient in critical care is super helpful knowledge. Makes the question a whole lot easier. I disagree that we would bill for critical care, but because usually that codes for 5-year-olds and older. I think they're supposed to bill something else, but we're not going to quibble. Out of those available answers, which one is the best answer? That's the best answer. All right, which one of these? Which statement below describes the difference between microbiology of definitive identification and presumptive? That is somewhere around page 600 of your CPT book, somewhere around there, depending on which version of CPT book you've got. What do you think the answer is? How many do we have on? Still got 25 people on, and I got 20 likes. Yay! Awesome. Where's my pocket pret? There we go. I know it's getting late. Y'all are probably very tired. I hope this was super helpful. I hope I made a difference. I hope the process of elimination was handy dandy. I'll try to have some more ready for tomorrow night. We're going to be live on TikTok at 6:30 Arizona time zone. Thursday will be on YouTube. The link is already up for it. Don't forget you can email me questions at medicalcodingbyjen@gmail.com if you have something you want me to go over during the live. It is very difficult for me to get to everybody's emails about what to do for your own personal situation. I have a lot. I mean, even on Discord, there's 300 messages. I can't keep up with that's just on Discord, much less emails on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook isn't even working for me right now. I can't even get into my Medical Coding by Jen. I can get into it, but I can't post anything. It's so frustrating. And then, but if you've got something you want me to present and teach during a live, love to do that, because it's nice to know what I haven't gone over yet or what you need help with. Twinkle is around, Go-Kart's around. There's even more people and mods in Discord, so if you have questions, need personal advice, lean on the group. We're all here together. Another B. Definitive does a colony of growth of media. What do you guys think? Twinkle loves helping, so does Go-Kart, MK. Yep. So many of you guys. Ooh, Maggie said there's a place called Quail Run Behavioral Health is hiring coders. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Look at Padme. And Hannah. Oh my gosh. So helpful. I got A's and B's. B it is. B's was right. You never know what they're asking about. Presumptive is the one with the growing the colonies, not definitive. So funny. They're saying 675 is where they're finding it. We'll do one more, and then I'm going to go check on Mom, see how she's doing. We're going tomorrow to get blood work done, and then she's got to follow up with her PCP on Monday. And physical therapy sometime this week, but we're doing good. She's got up and cooked me chicken and dumplings for my birthday. Come to the main house and was cooking away in the kitchen for me. So she's doing much better. All these codes are different. 3 of them are in the 316 area. The 15 and the 10 are the closest. I would run to those 2 codes, see what my difference is, and just look through here for that difference. If I find one, pick it and move on. If not, verify I'm under the right header. Maybe I need to move down to one of these. But hopefully it's just one of those 2. What do you guys think the answer is for this one? Yeah, chicken and dumplings. Aw, Jess. Sorry about you being laid off, but I hope we could get you into another job if you want one yet. You have a question. I'm taking my exam in June. Should I go to a testing site? Totally up to you. I'm comfortable at home. I've taken it in person and at testing facilities. I don't know. It's stressful no matter where you're at, you know, because just going to a testing center, being around other human beings, and being nervous about the exam is stressful as it is. But then it's just as much stress being at home. I've had them make me change light bulbs. I've had the computer crash in the middle of this thing before it got started, thank God. But have to get back online with the same proctor again. It's just, and then the audio wasn't working. I mean, it could be one thing. And I'm pretty tech savvy. I've worked from home since 2013. I'm used to issues, but good gracious, it's always stressful, no matter where you're at. You know, if you have good equipment and good internet, and you're comfortable with running loops around your house, then great. If you'd prefer to use somebody else's equipment and their internet, then go to a testing center. The good thing about going to the testing center is you'll have little lockers, you lock up your purse and all that stuff, and you're using their equipment. So if by chance the electricity fails and goes down, it's on them and not you, and you get an automatic retake, right? But if you take it at home and the internet goes down, it's just your fault and you got to pay to retake the exam. That's the only caveat, but you're more comfortable probably at home than anything else. I like the convenience of not having to travel because my testing center is 2.5 hours one-way trip. So it's pretty far for me to have to go. But we make it a day trip if we want to go, and then I ride scooters all around Vegas or whatever and make it a fun trip, and I just have one of my kids bring me, and then we go do something fun afterwards because it only takes me a couple of hours to do an exam anyway, because I don't read the questions. I just pick the answers and pop out of there really quickly. So, but I don't want too many certifications either. I'm taking all their courses, but I don't want all those CEUs to have to do every year either. But anyway, you know, totally up to you. It's the same thing. You're still going to log on to a proctor. Somebody's going to still watch you, I guess. You're still going to have to show your books and, you know, move your camera. You're still going to have to put your hair up in a ponytail. They don't want your hair down in your face or across your cheek-ish area. They want to be able to see your mouth or jawline moving to make sure you're not talking to people. If you do it remotely from home, I'm not quite sure on the testing center. Some people said there is no proctor. You just use their equipment and start taking the exam. I have no idea, but I guess there's video cameras watching you. And if they think you're cheating somehow, then I guess they could bring it up. But I have no idea. I haven't taken it at the testing center with no in-person proctor. I had in-person proctors. I will try to do that maybe with one of these certificates. When they give out one of the free ones again, that you just go sit for the exam for free, I'll sign up and do a non-proctored in-person exam, and I'll know more about what's going on then. Anyway, what was somebody saying about this question? What did we think? D. D was the answer? Good job. Perfect. Let me catch up with chat. Do I need a friend request? Discord. So what you'll do is just go to, you need to download the Discord app, either on your desktop computer or on your phone. Set up an account, and you need to link it with a good email address and verify your email address. So once you do that, then you come here to my website, Medical Coding by Jen. This is what the website looks like. And just go to the social media link tab page and click this little button that says join now. That one right there. And it will toss you into our group right there. Super easy. If you don't know how to do and set up a Discord account, still come to my website, go to the resources tab, come to the FAQs, and this tells you all about what is Discord. It won't track you. It doesn't send me your email address. It was made by gamers and gaming people because they were tired of having Facebook group rooms where they were getting advertisements of all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this tells you how to set up your Discord account and what it looks like. And then, you know, how to create your account and all that stuff. It's all right here for you for free. And that's under the resource tab right there on my website. You did all that. Okay. So be sure after you log on, create your account, all that good stuff, then reboot your device is my next best advice. Then come to the social media tab page and just click join now. And that's it. Your device that you have Discord on should throw you in to Discord. Just like that. Right there. I don't know what all this mess is. If it's got too many words, I'm not going to read it. I don't know what all this is. No idea. But this is our Discord room right here. Oh, that's terrible. Oh. Her poor cake. This was a new book I bought off Amazon this weekend. So disappointed. This book has supposedly good questions from 2023 and 2024. First exam right here. What is this? What is this? Right up there at the very top. Answers D up here has codes in it that haven't been in the book since 2022. Why are you claiming this is good for 2023 and 2024 when you have deleted codes in all your E&M questions that have been deleted for years before even 2023 and 2024? Just don't buy anything off of Amazon. I promise it is not healthy. It's not good. There isn't anything of benefit here. It's just going to confuse you. Anyway, I posted that on Facebook and I got banned from Facebook, so I don't know if I'll ever get back my medical coding by Jen. I wasn't too vile, but I just said don't buy it. Oh Lord, you can't say that on Facebook. Anyway, this is our Discord group. Tons of practice, tons of help in here. Super helpful. Look at those revenue codes. COC people, I do not envy you. Yes, Daily, your screamer son will fix it. He'll say, you're on Discord, Mom? No way. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was super helpful. I hope to see you tomorrow night on TikTok. We'll do this again. And I love you guys. Proud of you guys. And again, I just hope this was super helpful. I hope it makes a difference in your life. Even if you never purchase anything from me, memberships or page-by-page notes of all my notes, it's fine and dandy with me. If you don't use them, that's fine. I'm just here to help you guys pass the exam the fastest, most efficient way possible with the least amount of stress and without spending a whole ton of money too. So don't buy the courses. Please don't buy the courses, and just work on moving those practice exam questions or whatever examples to your books. It's super helpful to do that. What book is this? Oh, book is this one. This one's falling apart. This is 2022. I got them all here, all the way up to 2024. Whew. So much notes. They're such pain, but they're super fun. I like doing them, and they do make a difference. Just be sure and get those one-word differences, that if the codes are super similar, they start out with the same wording, then what's the difference? Large, medium, tiny. That's all. Just get your differences down when they start out with the same thing. That's more than anything will help you out. Get your do's and do nots highlighted. Perfect. And then define any words that you don't know what this means. Like if you don't know what this word means, which means joint repair, then write it in. Super helpful. Get it Googled. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow night.